the Krypton Factor Group A final.
Hello, my name is Mark Stein. I'm an engineering student at Queen's University Belfast. I'm the winner of Heat 1.
Hello, my name is Jeff Priest, roofing contractor from Southampton. I'm the winner of Heat 2.
Hello, I'm Lawrence Parsons, a computer systems analyst from Portsmouth, the winner of Heat 3.
Hello, I'm Peter Chilcott. I'm a Royal Naval Officer from Hampshire, and I'm the highest scoring runner-up from Group A.
The Krypton Factor Trophy, the prize that awaits the United Kingdom superperson of 1991. Good evening, welcome to the Krypton Factor and to the first of our group finals. Tonight, the winners of our last three heats and the highest scoring runner-up return to do battle for a place in our grand final in November. And on that special night, one of the grand finalists will lift this splendid bronze trophy. But first, there's the very considerable matter of winning tonight's Group A final. With four superb contestants, we should be in for a tremendous battle. So let's get started by moving straight into round one, mental agility. And being a group final, tonight's test is just that little bit more difficult. It features a standard telephone keypad. The contestants must keep a picture of it in their minds and answer a series of questions about the positions of the keys and their numerical values. For example, I might ask the sum of the top row, and the answer, of course, is 6, being the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3. Or I might say 2 to the left of 9, and the answer is 7. And please note, the bottom left key will be referred to as star and the bottom right as hash. That's the test. Now let's meet the first group finalist ready to tackle it. Belfast student Mark Stein. Mark reached this stage with a splendid victory in Heat 1, which included wins in the mental agility, observation and physical ability rounds. So welcome to you, Mark, and remember this is a speed test, so answer as many questions as you can in 40 seconds. Are you ready to start?
Yes, go ahead.
Right, then your 40 seconds start now. Sum of left column.
12.
Key furthest below 6.
Hash.
How many even in second row?
2.
Average of third row.
6.
Wrong. Only even number in right column.
6.
Sum of the column with a 9.
18.
Key between 4 and hash. It would have been 8, but in 40 seconds you've scored 5 in a very tough test. Well done, Mark. Would you now take your seat, please? Our next group finalist is the roofing contractor from Southampton, Jeff Priest. Jeff won Heat 2 with maximum points in response, physical ability and intelligence. So, welcome back to you, Jeff. Are you ready?
Yes.
Well, the very best of luck, and your 40 seconds start now. Sum of middle column.
15.
Key furthest above 7.
1.
How many odd in right column?
2.
Average of second row.
5.
Only even number in left column.
4.
Sum of the row with an 8.
15.
Wrong. Key between 3 and 7.
5.
Key above key, 2 to the right of the star.
3.
It would have been 9, but after 40 seconds you scored 6, which is excellent. Well done, Jeff. Would you now take your seat? The third group finalist is the computer systems analyst from Portsmouth, Lawrence Parsons. Lawrence won the mental agility and assault course rounds on his way to victory in Heat 3. So, are you settled and ready to start, Lawrence?
I am.
Well, the very best of luck to you, and your time starts now. Sum of right column.
18.
Key furthest above 8.
2.
How many even in third row?
1,
Average of top row.
2,
Only odd number in second row.
5,
Sum of the column with a star.
12,
Key between 6 and star.
8,
Key 2 below key on left of 2.
7,
Product of left column.
18,
Wrong. 3 times the key below it. Well, the answer to that would have been 18, but in 40 seconds you've scored 8, which is outstanding. Well done, Lawrence. Take your seat, please. And our last group finalist is the Royal Naval Officer from Gosport, Hampshire, Peter Chilcott. Peter qualified as the group's best runner-up and won the intelligence and general knowledge rounds in Heat 1. Right, Peter, are you ready?
Yes, Gordon.
Well, the very best of luck to you, and your time starts now. Sum of second row.
15.
Key furthest below 4.
Star.
How many odd in middle column?
1.
Average of right column.
6.
Only even number in third row.
8.
Sum of the row with a 5.
15.
Key between hash and 6.
8.
Wrong. Key 2 below key on right of 5.
Next.
Product of right column. Too late with that, but in 40 seconds you've scored 6, which is a very good score. Well done, Peter. Take your seat, please. Well, I promised it would be tougher, and so it was. And of course, as 2 contestants finish with the same score, their placings in the round will be decided by the clock. And as always, it will be 10 points, 6, 4 and 2 points for first, second, third and fourth places. So, let's go to the scoreboard and see how it all worked out. And there it is. In fourth place, Mark, 2 points. Third with 4 points, Jeff. Second with 6 points, Peter, who reached his total in a faster time than Jeff. And the winner of the round, an early leader with a Krypton factor of 10, the computer systems analyst from Portsmouth, Lawrence Parsons. For round 2, we took our group finalists to the Royal Naval Air Station at Culdrose, Cornwall, home of the world's most advanced helicopter simulator, where the challenge was to land a Sea King on the deck of an aircraft carrier. It's the most searching examination of hand-eye-foot coordination, visual judgment and nerve. Lieutenant Commander John Harvey is the instructor and judge for the round. At the controls first, Mark Stein. Directly ahead is HMS Illustrious, and that flare shooting up from the deck indicates there's half a mile to go. Mark is controlling the direction and speed of the helicopter with a cyclic stick in his right hand, but to adjust the height of the aircraft, he pulls up or pushes down the collective lever, which is in his left hand. And he's controlling this approach very well indeed. Coming in over the deck, he must be careful not to get too near the superstructure or the rotors could hit, but he lands it beautifully right in the center, and that's a marvelous performance by Belfast Mark Stein. Next is Jeff Priest. Just half a mile to go, and like the others, he'll be judged for the straightness of his approach, the angle of descent and actual touchdown. He's flying at 70 knots just now, and he'll want to reduce that as he closes in on the ship. And to slow a helicopter down, you ease the cyclic stick back very gently. This is still a bit fast, though, and landing at an angle which could spell trouble for him. And he's getting a bit close to that superstructure, and in fact, the blades hit it, so a crash landing. It's a pity, though he would have got out alive. Now the turn of Lawrence Parsons, eyes fixed on Illustrious's deck, because this is a visual approach. He won't really be consulting the instruments at all, just nudging that cyclic stick right or left for direction. And as you realize from Jeff Priest's flight, it is important to land on the deck flying straight down it. So that's what he'll be concentrating on right now. Coming in a bit fast, but working hard to straighten up, and he lands it now, but he's not straight enough and heading for that superstructure, and again the blades just hit. But a good effort from Lawrence nonetheless. And finally, Peter Chilcott. He's under a bit of pressure here, being a naval officer and not wanting to let the side down. HMS Illustrious ahead, and he reduces height, pushing down gently on that collective lever. Peter actually works on dry land for the Navy as a medical services officer, so he's had no flying experience, but nonetheless doing well. Can he keep it straight? Now, I don't think it's quite there as he's coming into land, and in fact he's heading for that superstructure, and the rotor's hit. That's a pity, because it was a very good effort. Now the result. Here's how Lieutenant Commander Harvey judged it. In fourth place, Peter Chilcott. He made a steady approach but lost some direction at the end and hit the superstructure on landing, 2 points. Third, Jeff Priest. After a good approach, he drifted left, landed at an angle and just caught the blades, 4 points. Second, Lawrence Parsons. A controlled approach. He landed on the centre of the deck, then veered right and struck the ship, 6 points. And the winner, Mark Stein. A very well judged flight, slowing down expertly for a gentle touchdown in the centre, 10 points. Those points are now transferred to the scoreboard, and Mark Stein has leapt into second place, but still the leader with a Krypton factor now of 16. The computer systems analyst from Waterlooville, Portsmouth, Lawrence Parsons. So a very good contest developing as we go into round 3, which examines our group finalists' ability to memorise verbal and visual information. Coming up, episode 4 of our comedy thriller, Where is Don Day, starring Tony Robinson and Michelle Collins. Afterwards, it's questions on what you saw and heard with multi-choice answers. Right, contestants, would you turn to your screens now, please, as our fugitive bank manager Don Day and his accomplice Marcy take lunch on the run.
I didn't dare ring Mother. Goodness only knows what she would have made of it all. Me, caught up in a robbery from my own bank. Never mind not turning up for work. Well, bang goes my attendance record. And as for Enzo and Luigi, the famous Fellini brothers with a knife act in a circus, and Marcy, whose side was she on?
Cheer up, Don. You've got to have a bit of fun now and again. Makes life worth living.
Bank robbery and violence, you call that fun?
Got any better ideas?
I most certainly have. Get that money back where it belongs for a start.
You haven't. You promised me.
No, I haven't. I promised you that I'd see you safe from those 2 criminals first.
Oh, Enzo and Luigi. No, they just watch too many gangster movies, that's all.
Marcy, the people you mix with.
Well, I've met you, haven't I? If we hadn't robbed that bank together, we might never have got to know each other.
We did not rob a bank together.
You're right. But we are on the run together and we have got the money. By the way, where is the money?
I posted it.
Posted it?
To my Aunt Lucy in Yorkshire, 2nd class.
Why?
To keep it out of temptation's way while I talk some sense into you. You'll thank me one day.
Oh, thank you for giving me up to the cops, you mean?
No, I can't go to the police yet. They'll think I did it. Excuse me, sir. All right, I can't stop now. I'm in a terrible hole. Right, come back here.
Well, he can run, but he can't hide. Don't miss next week's exciting episode. But now, contestants, will you get your keypads ready, please, for 6 questions on what you've just seen and heard. Here is question 1. What was the price of egg and chips? Right, your time is up, and the answer is C, £1.25. Question 2. What did the sign immediately above the advertisement for milk say? That's it, and the answer to that is D, now wash your hands. On to question 3. According to Don, bang went what? And the answer was D, my attendance record. Question 4. What was the name of the catering van? Time's up. The answer, A, country kitchen. 2 to go. This is question 5. To whom had Don posted the money? And the answer to that is C, Aunt Lucy in Yorkshire. Finally, number 6. What was the highest figure displayed on the estate agent's board? Let's hope you all voted for C, 50,000 square feet. Well, how did you do at home? All our contestants' answers have been instantly logged by the computer, so I can now tell them how they got on. Jeff, you got 3 right and finished 4th, 2 points. Mark, you also got 3, but in a faster time than Jeff. Third place, 4 points. Lawrence, it was 4 correct for you. Second place, 6 points. But Peter, a brilliant performance. You got all 6 right and get 10 points. Well done. And right away, all those points go into the scoreboard. And there is the situation after 3 rounds. Up into second place now is Peter Chilcott, but still the leader with a Krypton factor of 22, the computer systems analyst from Portsmouth, Lawrence Parsons. The assault course, and what a race we're expecting here. Keep your eyes on these 2 nearest to you. In red, Mark Stein. In green, Jeff Priest. They were absolutely magnificent in their respective heats. Very fast times indeed. And in fact, if you compare the 2 times, Jeff there in the green has the slight advantage over Mark. And, oh, look at that style. I've never seen that before. Face up going through the switchback. But Mark is hanging in there with him. Look at that. He's right there. Look at him grimacing, trying to stay with Jeff at the moment. And there's great rivalry between these 2. Each one is determined to win, and they know how strong the other one is. And a separate battle going on here for third place between Lawrence Parsons and Peter Chilcott in blue on the far side. But they won't catch Jeff Priest here or Mark Stein. And there's still nothing in it between the 2 of them. And it really is going to be determined by whether they started off too fast, whether they make mistakes going down the course, who has the stamina, who has the speed for the finish. But it's Jeff Priest just ahead as he throws himself into the cargo net. Mark lands slightly more neatly and in fact made up maybe half a second on Jeff there, and they're almost stride for stride as they come up onto the tramway. Still Jeff slightly ahead of Mark, but really nothing in it at the moment. Down through that S-bend and just letting himself fall and roll, Jeff Priest. Beautiful style down that, and Mark is doing precisely the same thing, and they really are hanging together there well. The time is tremendous, and in third place it's Lawrence Parsons in the yellow there, but he's fighting it out with Peter Chilcott, who's stride for stride with him. So 2 separate battles going on, but Jeff has coped with that A-frame much better than Mark, and he's opened up quite a lead now over Mark Stein. So, but then he makes a mistake which will allow Mark Stein to come back slightly. So what sort of finish has Jeff Priest got? Has he gone too fast? Has he taken too much out of himself? Has Mark Stein got the finish? Well, let's study Jeff as he comes out of the water, and he's just dragging his legs a little bit, and Mark Stein here still seems to have plenty of running in him. He's a keen rower, so we know he's got lots of upper body strength, and he's beginning to close again on Jeff Priest. He's definitely closing on Jeff Priest as they come towards the aerial slide, and Mark is coming right up level with Jeff, who's about to go down the aerial slide. There's Mark, absolutely level together. Mark did that last obstacle absolutely brilliantly, and they set off together. It's going to be decided over the last obstacle and the run across the finishing line, and how they land here and how they get out of those safety straps. They mustn't panic to get out of them. Here's Lawrence coming down in third place, but the first 2 must not panic, and in fact Jeff has. He's pulling away at his hands when he shouldn't do that. He should just take it easy, and that's allowed Mark to pull clear. And look at Jeff, he's absolutely depressed about the whole thing. He's virtually given up, and Mark, smile in his face, comes across the line to take 10 points. He'll be so thrilled about that, but here's a very depressed looking man indeed. Lawrence is going to come in third, but Jeff there really couldn't get his hands out of the safety straps because he panicked there. But he's second with 6 points. He gave us a marvellous race. And Lawrence Parsons, a winger with Portsmouth Rugby Club, comes over the line now to finish third and take 4 points. And it's going to be Peter Chilcott of the Navy, therefore, to finish fourth and take 2 points. Now we go straight to the scoreboard. Peter Chilcott is in third place on 20, but with 4 rounds gone, we have joint leaders with Krypton factors of 26. Belfast University student Mark Stein, and still there, Portsmouth's Lawrence Parsons. Well, it really is still anyone's contest, and with 2 rounds to go, the pressure is really mounting. That one grand final place almost within grasp. And there's no more difficult way to earn it than by tackling our 2-dimensional logic puzzle. Contestants, would you now move down to your positions, please? In front of each of them is a maze marked on a light box and a number of irregularly shaped perspex pieces marked with arrows. They must slot the perspex pieces into the light box frame to find their way to the Krypton logo at the center of the maze. Are you all ready, contestants? The test starts now. Now, I wonder what strategy they'll use here. There are 2 logical methods. Either trace the path by working from the center of the maze backwards to the start, or simply treat the whole thing as a jigsaw and use as your early clues the longest strips, because they must go in the outer areas. Lawrence deciding to work from the outside in, and Mark opting for the jigsaw approach and working feverishly at the moment. This is Jeff Priest, who is so depressed after losing to Mark on the assault course. He'd love to get his revenge here, but who's doing best? Well, it could well be Mark. He seems to know precisely what he's doing. I wonder if being an engineering student helps. Now, has he done it? He has indeed. That's a great performance by Mark. 10 vital points. Now, who'll be second? Not Peter Chilcott by the look of it, though he's clearly on his way. But here's a man who's almost there. Lawrence Parsons was joint leader with Mark going into the round, now takes second place to stay in contention. And it's going to be between Jeff Priest and Peter Chilcott for third place. Jeff looks to be in some trouble, and it's going to be the naval officer. He's just slotting in the very last piece. He checks it through, but he is correct, and that's 4 points for Gosport's Peter Chilcott. Well, some really great performances there, and congratulations to Mark, who found the path to 10 points quickest. All those points, though, go into the scoreboard now, and with one round to go, interesting reading. Down into second place on 32 now is Lawrence, but out in front with a Krypton factor of 36. The Belfast engineering student, Mark Stein. Well, what a round this will be. Last tension-filled bid for victory and a guaranteed place in the grand final. And there's every incentive for all our group finalists to go for the points, because there is a place in that grand final for the highest scoring runner-up when all three group finals have been completed. 90 seconds of rapid-fire general knowledge questions to be answered on the buzzer. 2 points for a correct answer, 2 points deducted for a wrong one. Are you all ready, contestants? The clock starts now. Which mythical creature is associated with the garden of the Hesperides, the flag of Wales, and St. George? Peter?
A dragon.
Correct. Dragon's mouth and lady's slipper are varieties of which exotic flower? Peter?
Orchids.
Correct. The leader of an orchestra usually plays which instrument? Lawrence?
Violin.
Correct. Which young violinist has made a best-selling record of Vivaldi's for... Peter?
Nigel Kennedy.
Correct. Who became Jacqueline Kennedy's second husband in 1968? Jeff?
Onassis.
Correct. Which flower of the Narcissus family is also called the Lent lily? Jeff?
Deadly Nightshade.
No, daffodil. Who provided the voices for Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny and Porky Pig in cartoons? Jeff?
Walt Disney.
No, Mel Blanc. How many syllables does a blank verse line normally contain? Answer that is 10. What's the first of the 10 events of the decathlon and the fastest? Jeff?
100-metre sprint.
Correct. In Egypt, 100 piastres make one what? Lawrence?
Pound.
Correct. Pound, queen, angel and Genoa are all kinds of what in cookery? Peter?
Cakes.
Correct. The letters KKK refer to which racialist society? Peter?
Ku Klux Klan.
Correct. A kukuri is a knife used by which soldiers from Nepal? Peter?
Gurkhas.
Correct. A gherkin is a small version of which salad vegetable or fruit? Lawrence?
Cucumber.
Correct. Formerly in Cumberland, Windscale Nuclear Power Station is now known as... Peter?
Sellafield.
Correct. Peter Sellers, that's it. The end of the round, but not the end of the contest, because we have a tie between Lawrence and Peter, both on 38, which means there is one more question between you two. The first one to buzz and answer correctly will be the winner. If you buzz and answer incorrectly, you lose 2 points and the other person is the winner. So it's the next question now between Lawrence and Peter. Brittleness of what is caused by osteoporosis? Lawrence?
Bones.
That is correct. So at the end of the round in the contest, the winner tonight with a Krypton factor of 40, the computer systems analyst from Portsmouth, Lawrence Parsons. Well, what a fantastic finish that was, and our warmest congratulations go to Lawrence Parsons on that last gasp victory. And, of course, he now goes forward to the grand final in November, and we look forward to seeing him there. And Peter Chilcott, our gallant runner-up tonight, will now have a long, anxious wait before knowing if he, too, will be competing in that grand final. But that's all for tonight. Do join us again next Monday at 7 o'clock for the first heat of Group B. But until then, goodbye from all of us. And once more, congratulations, not just to tonight's winner, Lawrence Parsons, but to all our Group A finalists for making it such a fantastic contest. Good night.